tonight than it was the last time. Oh, is it? Is that how it works? Well, we're going to start winning around here so we quit losing so there'll be less. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good. What you got? What do I have? You got to ask me something for me to give you something.
What did you see on the film defensively?
I see a team that didn't finish. Just what I said yesterday, no doubt about it. Didn't play very well in the second half. Need to get better, and we will. And I've talked to my players. I feel very comfortable after talking to them. I think we understand what's going on, and we'll get it corrected.
What do you do against an offense like that is going to get rid of the ball in a hurry so you're not able to get to him? Is that where you have to go after it? The guys on the line?
Well, I think it's a combination of everything. I think you got to play maybe a little bit tighter in coverage. I think you go after them a little bit more. I think it's a combination of everything. I don't think there's any one particular thing you do. I just think you have to play that chess match a little bit to make sure that you're in best position to give your team an opportunity to win.
What was different between the first half and the second half from what they did and what you guys were able to do in covering it?
Like I said, they finished. I mean, they finished catches, they finished throws, they finished blocks, and we didn't. I mean, I'm not going to make no excuses, men or ladies, about what happened yesterday. The second half didn't turn out the way we wanted it to. Buffalo won the game. Kudos to them, as I said yesterday. We didn't get it done. We had an opportunity to. We did not finish as a football team. And I know everybody want to pin everything on the defense. That's the most glaring situation because obviously there was 5 possessions and 5 touchdowns and all the yards and first downs and all that. And I respect that and understand that, and my team understands that. But we also understand we win as a team, lose as a team. Yes. Do we need to make a stop in the second half? And maybe we wouldn't be having this conversation today? True. We didn't. And at the end of the day, that's the bottom line. We didn't get it done, and we need to. Now, we have 14 more opportunities to get this right. Hopefully, this was a lesson well learned. You know, that when you travel like that, and I'm not blaming the travel, but when you go to a team's venue to play and you have an opportunity to win, you got to finish the game. And we didn't finish the game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no other way around it. I understand that as the head coach. Our football team understands that. The coaches understand that. We need to finish a football game, and we'll be sitting here 2-0.
When you go over the film with Chuck, are there scheme things that you can take a look at maybe you need to tweak a little bit more?
There's no question. There's some things that we can do better. I mean, our players would tell you there's things they could do better. Our coaches would say there's the things that they could do better, and we will. You know, but we had our chances. I mean, we got our hands on 2 balls at the end of that game and didn't finish. You know, we had chances to get the quarterback down a couple of times and the guy slips through our hands. So that's what I'm talking about. When we become the team that I envision us becoming, we'll make those plays. We're capable of making those plays, and I believe we'll make those plays in the future.
There was obviously a breakdown on their winning touchdown defensively when leaving Nelson wide open. Can you tell us what exactly happened on that play?
Coach Jackson left the guy wide open. That's it. I mean, guys, look. Like I told you before, we're going to win as a team, lose as a team. I'm not putting that on no player. I'm the head coach of this football team, and we lost. End of story. Okay, I'm not pinning anything on one player because it starts with me. I left the guy wide open in the end zone, and we lost. 4th down, end of discussion. They won the game. That's it. We move on from there.
You, in a more positive note, you came here last year, and Darren McFadden was just starting to break out. There've been a lot of criticism of him. Looks like now he's really on a roll.
I've said before, and I'll say again, Darren McFadden is one of the most exciting players in this league, bar none. He is a tremendous football player, and he's playing good. And he'll be the first to tell you he can play better. He doesn't want to turn the ball over. He did. A very unfortunate time and situation yesterday. I mean, those are the things we're talking about. We cannot do those kind of things and win football games. You know, our great players have got to play great. He played really, really good yesterday. And there's greatness in Darren, and I expect him to continue to play well as the season goes.
On the last touchdown, you had 5 defensive linemen on the field. Were you, with the 4th one, were you expecting run in that situation? Or?
Well, you never know. I mean, we wanted to make sure we were able to cover every base. You know, whether they ran it, we felt like we were going to be in a great position to stop the run, or whether they threw it, we thought we were in a good enough coverage to get that stop. We didn't get it done.
Were you guys in a zone in that alignment then, Hugh, or were you
I'm sorry about
in that last play, the 5 defensive linemen? Were you guys in a zone, or were you in man-to-man
No,
matchup?
I think we were matched up pretty well. No, we were matched up on them.
So was man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is the first adversity, one game obviously, but that you've faced, this team has faced while you've been the coach. What was the mood on the plane back? What was the mood this morning? Did you feel you needed to buck them up a little bit, or is this team still pretty cool?
The mood coming back was probably disappointment. I mean, I think you fly that far and you're up 21-3. You expect to finish the game, and it did. It came down to the last play. I mean, truth be told, that's what it was. The last play of the game, and they won. But today, what I am as a head coach is very honest and upfront and straightforward with my football team. And I told them where we need to get better, where I expect them to get better, what my concerns and demands are for this team, and where we're headed. And I think they took it like I expect any pro athlete to take it. And I think they're ready to go. I mean, yeah, it is one game, and it's a tough game, and we lost. But we're not going to make it more than what it is or less than what it is. We need to get better as a football team. And I think we understand that, and I think we accept that responsibility. I accept that responsibility as a head coach of getting this team better prepared to finish a game. And we're going to have more games like this, hopefully not just like that, but hopefully we're going to have more games that's going to come down to winning and losing in the fourth quarter. And what we have to do as a team is finish the game. And
put any thing into that East-West business, the fact that you're starting in effect at 10 a.m. and West Coast teams seem to be poorly.
We're up 21-3 at halftime. I can't put any stock in any of that. No way. And I'm never going to. I mean, I'm not that kind of coach. I'm not about looking for an excuse why this didn't go this way. Here's the deal. They beat the Raiders. Very unfortunate. When the Raiders are up 21-3, we didn't finish the game. And I'm not going to put any stock in that. What I'm going to put stock into how we're going to practice this week. How we're going to come back and get that good feeling back, about how we play and how we do go finish a football game. I'm not concerned about all that other stuff. I'm concerned with my team. Our attitude is right. Our psyche's good. They understand what we need to do. What we need to do is go practice. We can't wait for Wednesday to get here so we can get back there on the field and go to practice.
How did you come out of the game health-wise? Did anyone get...
Good. No, I don't think there was anything major. If I'm not mistaken, I think DeMarcus Van Dyke came out, had a little laceration, but nothing major. I think we came out pretty well.
Huff wasn't on the field at the end. Was he still somewhat limited because of the injury? Or?
Somewhat, yeah. I wanted to make sure that that as he played, it was more about making sure that he was in there when he felt really good. I mean, obviously he did play and played extremely well when he was in there. But again, he didn't start the game. I think we all know, and we wanted to make sure that we had the healthy players out there when those things were going on.
Kevin Boss said Friday he thought he was back. Was there a setback for him, or?
It wasn't necessarily a setback. Again, as a head coach, I get to make a decision about what's our best team to go play. And at that time, he was almost back, like he said. He felt like he was pretty good, but I get the right to reserve that judgment and think about what's best for our team and what's best for the players. So that's what I decided to do on Sunday.
Penalties still seem to be a problem. In the first half, you did well without having many penalties, but how are you going to still address that penalty issue?
Well, we got to get better. I mean, the penalties ain't what lost the game. I mean, come on now. That's not what lost the game. We were better in the penalty department than we were. It did keep drives alive, no question, but we were better. And you gotta start somewhere, and I think we got better. Now, was there some penalties at some inopportune times? Yes. And as I said before, we got to continue to work at it, but we will get better at it. I mean, there wasn't 15, there was 8. So we're 7 better than the pace was the week before, and hopefully we can go from 8 down to 2, and then we'll be doing something.
Regardless of injuries or not to other receivers, do you think Denarius has earned himself some consistent playing time?
Oh, boy. You better believe he has. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, I'm not going to. You can't deny that one. I mean, what the guy is doing, as I said before, he's done it in training camp, he's done it in practice, he's done it in preseason games, and he's done it in regular season game. He is as advertised. He did he made some plays. I mean, it's going to be hard to keep that young man off the field, and he hasn't been. He's been one of the active guys, and we'll continue to fire it at him.
Hugh, there was some frustration expressed by some of the players yesterday in directing at certain unnamed teammates. In other words,
I think
guys not doing what they're
Monty, I believe that is done. There's no more frustration. There'll be nothing addressed at a teammate anymore. Okay, let me make that very clear. Okay, there'll be no more addressing players, names, positions, any of that, as long as I'm the head coach here. Because here's the deal. We lost as a football team. All that crap about, well, this guy, that guy, you got to look in the mirror first, okay, as a football player. And last time I checked, I'm the head coach of this team. They're the players. So ain't nobody else going to be commenting on no other position. If they want to comment about themselves, they're more than welcome to. But we're done. That is over, okay? Over. Those days are done.
That's something you addressed today?
You doggone right I did.
My question was going to be, is that sort of internal pressure a good thing if it's not going public?
Well, I think all that's good, you know, because it means that people care.
Right.
But it's got to be handled the right way, you know.
Internally?
It's got to be handled the right way, starting with me, you know. And I think we got that message across. It's pretty loud and clear how we're going to do it. And I think our players understand it, and they respect it. And I think it's something that sometimes some things need to happen before you can make sure things come to a head and get it over with. And I think we've addressed that gorilla. That gorilla's out of the room, and we're fine.
As a follow-up to that question, some of your players said that it's sort of a historical thing, that they felt that the Raiders are less likely to get a call like the one at the end because of the franchise's long-standing...
Hear me clearly. I've heard all that. Now, I read it. Listen. That's over with. We're not dealing with that anymore. But that's all crap, in my opinion. Forget what the Raiders have done in the past and this official and that official, this, that, and the other. We lost. Make more plays. Get them stopped on defense, score more on offense, do what you need to do on special teams, and win the game. That's not what we did. So this has nothing to do with an official, has nothing to do with a call, has nothing to do with nothing. This has to do with a group of men finishing a football game that they had an opportunity to win, and they didn't do it. So it's like anybody else. You start looking for other things. You know, everybody self-checks everybody else's stuff before you check your own. So what we're going to do is check our own from here on in. We ain't going to get into the officiating game. We don't get into this guy, that position, that position. What we're going to do, this is Coach Jackson's football team, and this is the way he wants it done. We're going to work, and we're going to get better, and when we become the team that we want to become, we won't be having these conversations.
Coach, we've heard reports of that apparently there was a fan or there was something going on between you and the fan after the game. What happened?
Well, that's for me to know. You know, nothing. It wasn't nothing much. You know, obviously, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's over with. That's yesterday's news. 30 days next case. What we got?
I just want these guys to show accountability.
By the way we play.
Yeah.
I mean that we're accountable to each other by going back to the game and playing football the way we know we can play. I mean, a week ago we were in here talking about we were pretty good, did some good things defensively, offensively, and special teams. Then all of a sudden today, now we're talking about, oh, wow, where's this team? This is the same football team. This is the same team that had a chance to win the game at the end that didn't get it done. This would be the same team that go out and play against the Jets. But hopefully it's a team that's improved and learned a lesson about how you have to play this game every minute. I mean, you can't take a play off. You can't take an opportunity off. You have to finish everything you do. It's tough in the National Football League. And I think we have a good group of men in that locker room who hopefully have learned a very valuable lesson that we can learn from this and move forward, that we have to play Raider football all the time. Not just for half, but you have to do it for 60 minutes.